Okay. Hi there, Ali. Thank you so much for coming today to Yoga Basics. I'll bring you through a 30-minute class. I'll go through a whole arc of a class. We'll do some seated poses. We'll do some reclined postures on our back, some standing postures, and balancing poses. So we get a little bit of everything. So, starting in Baddha Konasana, be towards the top of your mat so that you have some room to recline. The soles of your feet together, bound angle pose, and bring the hands behind you so that you can recline onto right elbow, then left elbow, and bring your shoulders down, and then the crown of your head down. So, you lay all the way back. Great. And then once you're all the way onto your back, you can bring the left hand to your heart and the right hand to your belly. And just allow yourself to settle into this shape. Let yourself get settled into the earth. With the eyes closed, you're able to turn your attention and intention inwards. And start to feel the movement of your breath underneath your hands. You'll feel the natural, expansive quality of your inhale and that contractive quality of exhale. And then we'll start to manipulate the breath with 3 cleansing breaths to begin. Take a slow, deep inhale through your nose. Feel your entire body expand. Over exaggerate it. Open mouth, exhale. Big sigh of relief. You made it to your mat today. Another deep inhale. Fill your lungs a little bit more than you did the time before. And then when you're completely full, open mouth, sigh it out. Feel that cleansing exhalation. One more time. Fullest, deepest breath that you can take. Pack your lungs full of prana. Hold it briefly at the top. Let it suspend inside of you. Feel your lungs stretch and then open mouth. Exhale. Your exhalation is your breath of relaxation. Seal the lips softly now. And breathe in through the nose slowly. If it gets uncomfortable stretching your inner thighs at all, you're always welcome to straighten your legs out. Out through your nose slowly. The lips are sealed so we can contain all of the prana, all of the energy inside of the body. Listen for the sound of your breath. If you take a moment and just clear your throat, those muscles you use to clear the back of your throat start to slightly constrict those muscles to create an oceanic sound. Patiently breathing, cultivating a very calm internal environment. You can gather up your knees and hug your knees in towards your chest. Give them a nice squeeze. You can interlace your fingers or hold on to your shins, however, hold on to your forearms or your elbows, whatever feels good to you. I'll give some hands-on adjustments. If no one wants to be adjusted, then you can just raise your hand, let me know. And of course, I give you your personal space. Start to recognize in the body where you're feeling sensation of stretching. Is it upper spine, middle spine, or lower spine? Maybe it's all of the above. Right? Bring some breath into those areas that you feel sensation of stretching. And then we'll start with a gentle twist. Interlace all 10 of the fingers around your right shin. Straighten your left leg out onto the ground. So right on top of your leg. Yeah, perfect. Pull your right knee out towards your right shoulder. Use your bicep strength and hook the elbows into the sides of the body. So nice. Use the floor as a point of reference to feel that both shoulders are equal onto the earth. And as you pull in, feel this really nice compression into your right hip. We'll take a twist from here. Use your left hand, guide the right knee across the body, and extend your left arm out like a wing. Yeah, any kind of movement that feels good. You can use your left hand on top of your right thigh. Yeah, so that you're able to give yourself a little assist here. And we'll bring the right knee down slightly in line with right hip. Beautiful. Feeling the stretch across pec major and pec minor. We'll stay for a few more breaths and just allowing each and every breath to drop you a little bit deeper into the pose, get you a little more interconnected into your body. Take one more big breath here. And slowly unwind. Stretch your right leg out next to your left leg. Stretch your arms overhead, point your toes, and lengthen from your fingers to your toes. Just a big full bodied stretch so your ribs lift in and up. And then let's do all of that on the left side. Bend your left knee for a hip compression first. Lace the fingers on top of the shin and pull strongly your right knee in. This helps to create flexibility in the hip. Right. It's also very good for our digestive organs. We're stimulating the descending colon on this side through compression. So feel the strength of your arms. Take one more big breath. And then we turn it into a twist. Guide your left knee over to the right. Add that little scooch of the hip. So good. Take your left hand onto your left shoulder for a moment. Hold it. That's it. So it properly sets the arm bone into the shoulder girdle, and then extend the left arm out. So, yes, the left arm is oh so slightly above your left shoulder. Feel the stretch across pec major, pec minor, and send some nice deep breaths into that area of your upper left chest, left armpit area. Take a few more deep, healing, loving breaths. When you finish that next breath, slowly unwind. Slide your left leg out next to your right leg. Once again, arms overhead. Neutralize it, just stretching through your entire body. And then curl into a ball once again, knees towards the chest. And then take your knees wide out towards your armpits. So right knee to right armpit. That's it. Left knee to left armpit. Squeeze them in strongly. And then work towards a happy baby. Bring your heels right over your knees and hold the outer edges of your feet, stacking your heels right over your knees. Go as wide as you can with, that's it, awesome. As wide as you can with the knees, and then we use the low belly strength to help pull the low back down. And then once you've made this shape, please feel free to move around a little bit intuitively and joyfully, like a happy baby would, moving with this sense of playfulness and curiosity, bringing ourselves back to that nature, the wonder of a child, as we become fascinated with our bodies throughout our practice today. You can release the feet, cross the ankles, hold the backs of the thighs, rock a few times back and forth, and let's come up onto hands and knees in tabletop position. And then once you're in tabletop, take a peek at your hands, spread the fingers, knees directly underneath the hips. We'll do a few rounds of cat-cow breathing. On an inhale, sink the spine down and look up to the sky above. Exhale, eyes to the navel, round into yourself like an angry cat. Inhale, sink spine down. Pull the heart forward and pelvis back. Exhale, eyes to navel. Push the floor and puff right up into my hands. Push. Awesome. Inhale. Pull the heart forward with your hands. Tilt the pelvis back, opposite directions. Exhale, eyes to navel. Push and puff. Two more. Inhale, sink spine down. We're lubricating the joints of the spine. And exhale, eyes to navel, round. Last one here. Inhale, sink spine down. We're moving our cerebral spinal fluid. Exhale, eyes to belly, push and puff. Great. Come to a neutral spine so your gaze falls a few inches in front of your fingertips. Inhale, reach your right arm forward like you're shaking someone's hand. And keep your gaze down so the back of the neck stays long. Beautiful. Keep a steady gaze, and that will help to steady the body. Stretch your left leg back. All five of the left toes face down towards the ground. Bring your left heel up in line with your left hip so you're engaging here your core strength, right, to feel this stability. Feel from shoulder to wrist stretch, hip to heel, tailbone to crown of head. Take one more deep breath. Exhale, hand down, knee down. Excellent. Deep breath into center first, feeling unrushed, and a long breath out. Left arm forward this time like you're shaking someone's hand, and right leg back. Feel your inner right thigh spin up towards the ceiling, or up towards the sky rather. Bring your right heel up in line with your right hip. There we go, Allie. Awesome. Feel the stretch from your shoulder to your wrist. Bring your left wrist up just an inch. Perfect right there. Feel all those beautiful lines of energy and your core strength maintaining you. Exhale, hand down, knee down. Bring your big toes together to touch. You can look down the center line of the body to see that they're nice and equal. Yeah, look for the symmetry, and then opening the knees enough so you can fit your rib cage in between your inner thighs. Sit back to your heels in child's pose. Let your forehead rest to the ground, right where your hairline meets your forehead. Perfect. So that you have nice stability in your cervical spine. And as you cocoon into the shape of the pose of a child, scan your body. Where do I feel sensation of stretching? Feel your breath moving. Our goal as yogis in our practice is to start to feel so connected to this ujjayi breath that we feel we move it into every cell of our body. So every inhale, you feel this expansion of energy, prana, oxygen. Every exhale, you're releasing anything unnecessary, carbon dioxide, anything that you don't need. For the next 3 breaths, sip your breath like water through a straw from the tip of your tailbone. Drink your breath all the way up to the crown of your head. When it hits the crown of your head, exhale slowly. Feel it organically roll back down the spine. 2 more breaths on your own. Wonderful. On your next inhale, come to your hands and your knees. We'll set up for our downward facing dog. So look for the precision of your alignment. The pointer fingers are parallel to each other, and that turns the fingertips out slightly so the chest stays nice and open. Great. Curl the toes under, pull the belly in, and use the legs in your core to lift up and back into that upside down V shape, downward facing dog. Excellent. Feel the firmness, the palms of your hands into the earth, right? Equal distribution of pressure into each and every finger. Feel the outer arms draw in towards the inner arms. And as you push the floor away, feel the hips lift up and back. Drawing the heels down towards the earth. You feel that sense of stability like a mountain, right? We're feeling this sense of grounding. You can pedal your legs a little bit here. Bend your right knee and straighten your left leg. Yeah, move at whatever pace feels good. On your next inhale, come forward to a plank pose so that the shoulders are over the wrists, the legs are super strong. Want to look forward towards the horizon line. Feel like there's a little fishing lure pulling your chest forwards. Yes, right there, Allie. Strong in your legs. Feel your legs inject into your core, the core strength. This is beautiful. Exhale back to down dog. We'll do a couple more like that, just synchronizing the breath and the movement. Inhale, forward plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. One more time. Inhale, forward plank. This time, exhale, lower your knees to the ground and lay all the way down onto your belly. Great. Tack all 10 of your toes down. Bring your forehead onto the ground so your cervical spine is straight. Take the arms out to the sides like wings of an airplane. Squeeze your legs together. Point your toes and very gracefully on an inhale, strengthening your back muscles, lift everything up. Arms up, gaze up and forward, and stretching the legs back. Right? Feel that only your hip bones eventually are balancing on the floor. Take one more deep breath here and exhale, slowly lower down, forehead to the ground. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders for a low cobra. See that your wrists are right underneath your elbows. Now use the strength of your legs, this time like a cobra's tail. Push down through the legs and curl up in your chest into a baby cobra, using most of the strength of your legs and low back and very little bit in your hands. Your hands are helping to drag the heart space forwards. That's it, Allie. Gorgeous. Two more breaths here, building strength in low back, opening up the heart space and your throat. And on your exhale, slowly lower down, forehead to the ground. Inhale, press to your hands and your knees. And exhale back into downward facing dog once again. Awesome. Look forward towards your hands. And you can walk, or if you like jumping forward, you're welcome to. Your feet towards your hands. Separate your feet hip width distance. Bend your knees very generously for a ragdoll pose. You can grab opposite hand to opposite elbow and let the upper body just hang from the legs. Beautiful. Lift your toes, make your feet active so you feel each corner, your big toe mound, your baby toe mound, and heel, all three corners of the feet for the weight distribution. Now, keeping a slight bend in the knee. Yeah, beautiful. So you don't stress out the hamstrings. There's equal amounts of stretching in hamstrings, low back, right? Your entire spine stretching. You can sway the body from side to side if you want to bend one knee and then the other to give a really good swing and sway, nice and loose and limp like a rag doll. Release your hands to the ground. Heel toe the feet together. Put a big bend in your knees. Keep your arms and head relaxed as you slowly roll to stand. Chin stays tucked towards the chest. Beautiful. And we're standing in mountain pose. So in mountain, I just like all the beautiful mountains we're surrounded by, we're trying to imitate the qualities of a mountain. So feeling embedded into the earth, lift your toes up, lift your kneecaps, lift your quadriceps, the belly, the crown of the head. Let the gaze be steady right to the beautiful horizon line in front of you. Feel this attention in your body without any tension. Just let yourself be absorbed in the power of being in the present moment, connected to the here and the now. Bringing the hands to prayer at the center of the heart. We'll do a little bit of movement to get into our next pose. Inhale, reach the arms up. On your exhale, fold forward. Bend the knees as much as you need to get your fingertips right outside of the baby toes. Yeah, always welcome to use the blocks as well. Step your left foot back into a low lunge. In your low lunge, have your back heel lifted so that the heel is directly over or just oh so slightly in back of the ball of the foot. This is great right here. Your hips are square and the right knee is over the right ankle. Good. So you can scoot it up like that. Perfect. Beautiful. Feel the lift from the center of your heart. Again, that little fishing lure that pulls the heart forward. Gorgeous. Turning it into a gentle twist. Left hand down. Inhale, right arm up for easy lunging twist. Gazing to the right thumb tip. Right, you can feel the opening of your heart space. A tiny back bend here. And then on your exhale, slowly lower your right hand to the outside of the right foot. And you can step forward once again into forward bend. Let your head hang. Just take a deep breath here in your forward bend and a long breath out. This time, step the right foot back with the intention to create balance and with the information from the other side, right? Feel the lift, fantastic, of your inner right thigh. Yes, and that lift gives a buoyancy to the floor of the pelvis. That buoyancy goes into the belly. That lift right out through the center of your heart space. Keeping this length, this beautiful length you've created in your spine, right hand down, left arm up, easy lunging twist. Yes. Feeling the spread of the fingers help to stimulate the energy in your heart space. And then you can take the heart back a little bit, turning it into a little bit of a back bend. Taking one more breath. Exhale, bring left hand down and step back into downward facing dog. Wonderful. Walk your hands back towards your feet in your down dog. Put a really nice big bend in the knees. And again, we'll practice rolling up one vertebra at a time. Chin stays tucked to the chest, and it'll be the very last thing to lift off the chest. We rise to stand. Great. Take your hands behind your back, interlace your fingers. We'll do a little bit of chest expansion right here as we try a couple balancing postures. So a modified warrior 3, stepping out onto your right foot about 6 inches. Shift the weight into the right foot. Feel those 3 corners of each foot. Point your back toe like a ballerina. Create that straight line of energy from crown of head to big toe and start to move your body into a T shape. You can bend your standing leg as much as you like to. Keep scissoring your legs in and keeping the hips square. That's it. Stay with it. Looking good. And then slowly step your back foot to your front foot. Stand nice and tall. Keep the shoulders rolling back. Keep the chest lifted. Step out onto your left foot. Feel solid in your left foot. Point your back toes first. There it is. And then shift. Keep a steady gaze to help steady the body, especially in your balancing postures, your drishti. Have a little bend in your standing leg. Good. Pull the heart forward. Pull the toes back. Come down another inch with the chest. Yes. And then slowly step your right foot to your left foot. Toes and heels together. Arms can relax by your side, but still feeling that sense of the shoulder blades snuggling into the back of the heart. And we stand once again in our mountain pose. Take these elements of your mountain, feeling grounded, and we'll bring it into our tree posture. Vrikshasana, we'll start with bringing your right heel to the ankle bone, turning your right knee out, this external rotation of your right thigh. Bring your hands to your hips, and you can either slide your foot onto your calf below your knee, or if you want to reach for the foot and try it on your inner thigh above your knee, you are welcome to. You can bring your hands to prayer. And when you're steady there, reach the arms up like big, beautiful branches of the tree. And just like all the gorgeous trees we're surrounded by, as the wind moves through them, they sway and move. And as the roots grow deeper, right, the branches grow higher. One more deep breath here. Exhale, hands to prayer, toes and heels together to touch. Beautiful focus. Deep breath in, long breath out. Hands to the hips, and let's do the other side. Bring your left heel onto the ankle first so you get that external rotation. And then slide the foot onto the calf or onto the inner thigh. You can bring your hands to prayer when you're ready. And when you're steady, arms reach up. And soaking it all in, just like a tree soaks in the sun and the rain, all the way to its roots, nourishes its highest branches. One more deep breath here. Exhale, hands to prayer. Fantastic, Allie. Toes and heels together to touch. Okay. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to a long spine. Exhale, step back into your last downward facing dog. Great. In your last down dog, just feel all the space you've created in this short amount of time. Come down onto your knees, take one last child's pose, and feel big toes together and sit back to the heels. Beautiful. Notice how much has shifted in this half hour. Right, from the first time that you took this, probably 23 minutes ago, to now. What a transformation has occurred. I'm just feeling the power of your practice. You can take your time and slowly come up, turn around, lay down onto your back for your final rest in Shavasana. You can let the feet flop out and the legs relax. The arms are a few inches away from the body, the palms face up, and the fingers just curl up naturally. Just allowing the body to settle. Shavasana is where the body re-energizes, reorganizes, and revitalizes itself. As you lay in your rest, meditate on the beat of your heart and that healing rhythm of your heart that ripples out to the rest of the body. You can give a little wiggle now to your fingers and your toes and just a short Shavasana. Start to slide your feet underneath your knees. Reach your right arm by your ear and roll to your right into fetal position for a moment. Bring your left palm in front of your chest on the ground and press back to your cross-legged seated position or your comfortable seat. We'll meet